welcome to today's episode of Digital Realm. We're your presenters for this afternoon, talking about all things tech.
But first, we're going to head over to the latest news with Drew Jenkins.
Thanks, Matt and Jasmine. Chinese researchers have presented a new design concept for a hypersonic aircraft, which could be a big step towards travelling around the world in just a few hours. The proposed design will include a second layer of wings used to reduce drag. SkyQ customers will have updates to their satellite boxes this month with new features including integration with Spotify, Netflix and 4K HDR. A new bundle will include Netflix as part of the Sky offerings. Social media giant Instagram has plans to introduce voice and video calling in its drive to claim top spot from Snapchat. TechCrunch reported that leaked images have revealed the new features, although official announcements have not yet been made. And finally, President Trump says he'll meet CEOs of the video game industry in an effort to curb gun violence in schools after the recent Florida shooting. At an official briefing, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders announced that the President plans to meet next week with leaders from the video game industry to see what they can do on that front. Video game developers, however, seem unaware of the summit. The Entertainment Software Association, an industry group that represents video game companies, denied knowledge of the meeting and pushed back its premise. So what do you guys think of Donald Trump's video game?
As it turns out, US President Donald Trump has blamed television, movies and video games for the increase in violence after another school shooting, this time at Stone Douglas High School in Florida. President Trump has vowed to meet up with video game developers and publishers to discuss the issue and has suggested that a new classification of terror be introduced to warn gamers about violent content. Reporter Jack Edgley has more.
Video games have always been under heavy scrutiny by the media, especially those of a violent nature. Donald Trump claims that video game violence and glorification must be stopped. It is creating monsters. One of the franchises that has been heavily targeted is the Grand Theft Auto series. Despite multiple studies debunking this theory, many still believe it can be directly linked to real-world violence. The aim of Grand Theft Auto is to become the best criminal. In GTA 5, the most recent installment, players are tasked with evolving into a well-known criminal, being guided by two older characters. The jury is still out for some people. Do you think that violent video games can result in real-world crime? Let us know over on @media_ICOV on Twitter. Jack Edgley reporting for ICOV.
In today's world, privacy seems to be something of a myth, as often as most of your personal information and memories are up for public perusal in social media. It's very easy to look up a perfect stranger and find out a staggering amount of detail. Good or bad, social media and sharing of our lives on the internet is here, and we want to show you some ways to keep a little privacy while online. Matt has more.
It's very difficult, you see, when trying to, the whole privacy thing, especially when it comes to trying to protect yourself online. Now, if you are on Facebook, there are multiple ways you can do it. One of the systems that they have actually introduced because of Facebook's increase with the new GPDR, which is the General Protection Data Regulations that are meant to set in the EU in May, is that they are introducing better and more clearer control systems for the website. In fact, Sheryl Sandberg has actually said that they are going to be rolling out these new things before May, just to make sure, as Facebook is actually up for a possible fine of up to $1 billion.
£1 billion?
$1 billion.
Oh, wow.
It's very Americanized. Now, as access to technology continues to grow, concerns about the impact of social media and gaming have been raised. More than half of teenagers surveyed in a 2016 Common Sense media poll said they felt that they were addicted to social media. Gaming addiction has also been increasingly in the spotlight, with the World Health Organization now recognizing it as a disorder. Drew Jenkins reports.
As generations, we depend on technology on a day-to-day basis. The World Health Organization has released a new classified list of disorders with a new edition called gaming disorder. Gaming disorder can be described as a pattern of persistent or reoccurring gaming behavior. Is this a real disease? We asked members of the public for their thoughts.
Do you think tech addiction is a thing? Like, do you think you can be addicted to tech in the same way you could be addicted to drugs or alcohol?
I don't really think it's the same sort of addiction. I guess it sort of depends the way you use technology, though. So if you're using it in like a good way, then I don't really see how you can get addicted to it. Some people who maybe use it the wrong way, it might be a problem.
How much would you say that you used?
Every day, all the time. But I have to use it. It's part of like just something I do every day.
Do you think tech addiction should be treated the same as other addictions?
Yes, very much, because it's like escapism.
Would you say that you're addicted to tech?
Definitely not.
How much would you use on a week-to-week basis sort of thing?
For technology, well, like using my phone isn't obvious because I obviously need to make phone calls, text people, check the internet sometimes. But yeah, I don't really play games or watch TV really.
Well, your phone is classed as technology, so...
That's true. Well, if I didn't have a phone, I couldn't really keep in contact with people, so...
Do you think tech addiction should be treated in the same way as other addictions?
I think it's a matter of degree, so it depends on what you mean by tech addiction. So where something becomes or has a negative impact on a person's life, I think some kind of intervention would be needed, and I think that applies to technology as much as it does to other things. But I don't think all forms of technology use are necessarily addiction.
Okay, what would you say about your own tech use? Would you say that you're addicted or...?
I would say there's elements of that. Certainly once I start gaming, it's very difficult to stop, which is why I limit what I do during work time. And so most of the gaming that I do is during holidays and breaks, times that I have where I'm not needing to focus on other things. I would say social media is something that is very addictive, and I think it's something that's quite difficult to break out of, and I've tried to do it with my own habit and I haven't been very successful, so I probably would say, yes, I am addicted to social media.
Harry Potter fans will have a reason to celebrate with Jam City's new mobile role-playing game comes to Google Play in spring. The Portsmouth site announced that fans can pre-register for Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery on Google Play from this week. Here's a taste of the teaser trailer.
I'm just going to appear.
We now have Drew in the studio with us to report a little bit more about this.
Well, if you haven't seen me enough already, guys, on today's show, I'm just here a little bit more, just about something which I clearly love.
Because you are clearly
I'm the die-hard Harry
insane
Potter
about
fan.
Harry
So I'm just going
Potter.
to tell you a bit of information. So it's, did you ever play Pokemon Go?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's
It was a
going to
good
be
game.
the same sort of format as that, and the developer who made Pokemon Go, Niantic.
Yep.
Yes, Matt. Thank
Never
you.
heard of it.
Niantic. Oh, I think you have, Jasmine.
Oh, okay.
Niantic. They actually created a similar one called Wizards Unite, but this is going to be different because it's actually made by Warner Brothers, which created all the Harry Potter films, so it's going to be really, really cool. But anyway, what you're going to do is you play as a Hogwarts student. You can personalise your little student avatars, make them look like yourself or like someone who you want to be, and you can attend classes, learn magical skills, like form friendships or rivalries.
Ooh. You're going to meet your Draco Malfoy in this.
I actually really fancy Draco Malfoy, so he's not really a rival, he's sort of a friend. But anyway, this is going to be the first Harry Potter game since 2012. It's specifically for iOS and Android only, so it's not going to be on any consoles. And so, yeah, I'm really, really excited. The release date...
Sounds really good,
It's
actually.
not a specific day just yet, but it says spring 2018, so it's March. Could be
Soon,
anytime
soon.
day now.
Hope it comes out on my birthday. That'd just be great.
No, I hope it comes out after the 25th of April, because then I'll have no commitments whatsoever and I can just, play it. I
Won't
already
we all, Drew?
told
Won't we
my
all?
boyfriend, he was literally like, I'm not going to see you. So, yeah, that's your...
Thank you very
little
much,
Harry
Drew.
Potter info.
Thank you. Now, the video games industry is incredibly lucrative according to the UKI, the Association for the UK Interactive Entertainment. The 2017 market value of games in the UK was about £5.11 billion, shared across software and hardware sales. In the interest of generating longer-term revenue over a product's lifespan, the games industry has integrated models like free-to-play, freemium subscription models, and downloadable content. Jack Edgley has more. What?
Shit, I'm so
Battle
sorry.
Royale games
I
have been
didn't
in
realise
demand recently, and one game has taken the world by storm. Fortnite by Epic Games is a free-to-play Battle Royale game which sees 100 people battle it out to be the last one standing. The fun, arcadey-style gameplay offers a fun alternative to PlayerUnknown's Battleground for those looking for a more fun experience. However, Epic Games have won people over with their business model. While their game is free to play, they offer microtransactions within the game. The main selling point is that the in-game purchases are purely cosmetic, they offer no in-game advantage. By removing the pay-to-win model that many AAA titles employ, Epic Games are offering their player base a chance to improve the look of their character in-game without giving them an advantage. Another upside to this is that all proceeds from these sales go towards the maintenance and improvement of the overall game. It's a win-win for the players. Do you think more developers will follow in Epic Games' footsteps and adopt this business model? Let us know over on Twitter at media_Ikov. Jack Edgley reporting for Ikov.
The issue of freemium apps and games is certainly one to watch as more developers opt for this revenue model.
And that's all we have time for today. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll see you in the next digital realm.